Olga, here's the thing. You've got some crazy stuff going on in your videos. But before we get to that and who you are, I always ask a question of the week, every week for every interview I do. This week's question is different. Last week, I probably asked Noah what sandwich he would eat for the rest of his life. That question's gone out into the world now. This week's question is, do you believe in ghosts?
Uh-huh. Ghosts. I think we are ghosts. We're a ghost in the program. That's what it is. Because you want me to continue, or you want to ask me the next question?
No, that's a good answer. I'm not sure where to go with that, but
yeah, we're ghosts in the program because within is we are little ghosts, and we have limited tools. So we have only 5 tools, which is very, very, very not perfect. So whatever we see, hear, and touch, it's not real. We will never know how reality really look. And because we are the same species, the same ghosts, we have the same equipment, and we learn abstract way of communication, which is totally abstract and totally not connected to the nature where environment we're in. Because when you were born, JC, they told you this is green. How many times before you remember it? But in reality, whatever green you see or I see with green, we will never compare because we can't, right? So I see you because we have the same tools and we can be connected and discuss it. But in reality, I don't know how you look. You might have like anything behind you. You can have additional organs. And we don't know. How do we know? Yeah, think about it. I will tell you within, because I was a doctor in my country. And if you go in any book about ophthalmology and how we see it, the way they described it in any book, any internet source. So the light comes in, it's a lens, it turns it upside down, when it's go to our retina, and it's 1010, it's translated in energy impulse, in electricity impulse. It's go on our nerve in the brain, and when we show the little square, little screen, nobody saw that screen. Nobody knows what it is, where it is, what's the resolution, how many micropixels it has. Nobody, it doesn't exist. How we prove it exists? They take the hammer and hit you in this area of brain and you don't have an image, or they cut your nerve, you don't have an image. Let's say we take the pipe with the water and we cut it. We cannot say the pipe is a source of water. Right? So, but if we bend it in our brain and we lose our vision, we say, oh, we have a little computer screen inside. There's no way. It's not proved by anyone, but any medical source you look, there is a little screen in the brain. Hello. We even don't know where image is. We don't know if our brain is modem or receiver or antenna or anything, right?
Yep.
I don't know anything.
I wasn't expecting to have this conversation today at all. No, I have artists on all the time, and sometimes it's a very superficial conversation, and it doesn't bend a person's mind, if you will, and change perceptions. But I think what some of the videos that you do, and even the conversation we're having now, is about changing perceptions and understanding that we do all have different perceptions. The video I watched that you created a few seconds ago had very different impact on me than it had on you. And the messaging, you told me before that Noah was the evil person in that video. For me, I see it from a different perspective. He's not necessarily an evil person. He may be the means to an end in the video to get to where we actually need to go in the end.
It's not like he's, maybe I didn't say it right because of my English second language. The thing is, I was trying him to make a little tyrant
Yeah.
look very funny and dumb. It's a little tiny dumb tyrant. It's not like an evil person or anything. So I was trying to make him as funny as possible, like a crown, little tiny guy in shorts. And when I created the character for him, I asked him several times. I said, I can play it myself because I know what I need. Are you sure you want to be that guy? He said, oh, yeah, I'll do it. But when he saw the movie, he doesn't like it. He said, now everybody will remember me like this, very dumb and little shorts, pooping on our earth and environment. So he never talks about that movie, but that's my favorite one. Especially the pink elephant walking near with Jesus. That's kind of some absurd stuff I put together. That's the things I have fun with. Put unconnectable things together because video style is the consequences of my sculpting and painting. I paint connecting unconnectable things, and a movie gives me the broad range of doing that in a way you can never express in a painting, because a painting is one frame, but 4 minutes for me to express what I feel a lot. Like if you watch the beginning, there's little baby pop out growing inside of something, and when they start putting these stamps every second, stamp, that's in the movie, and that's what I do. That's what I like to do. In every movie, I do the same outline, basically.
That's
And it's very good for me to express myself, because I never thought in my life what I gonna do some video movie for a rock band. It never came in my mind. But when my husband was playing a lot, he was playing all his life. He was making living. He was playing with a lot of famous people, and he's a brilliant guitar player. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's why I married him. First time I heard him play, I was like, wow.
That's it? There was no other qualities at all? Holy cow.
No. That was a big part of it. I'm classically trained musician. I spent 7 years in school, maybe 5,000 hours playing every day through the years. And I didn't like it much. I quit. I never played. I even delete the memory I play. But when I met him, when I heard him playing, I just realized, wow, I was really impressed. Plus other qualities. He's the most kind person I ever met. And what surprised me, he couldn't lie. He couldn't lie. He was 50 years old. He couldn't lie. And I'm from a country where everybody lies just for fun. And I was very good with it, not just to get any benefits, just create some practical joke and put it out and see what happened. And the guy couldn't lie. I said, how did you live through? You cannot lie. He said, yes, I can. I said, no, you can't. Plus, he smoked a lot of pot.
Oh, pot. That makes sense. I thought just tobacco. Never mind. But pot, yeah, that works.
It was the requirement. So he passed all the tests. We were dating 2.5 months, and I proposed.
You proposed?
Yeah. I was never married. He was never married. I proposed. He got a little bit suspicious. I said, look, maybe I'm a foreigner and you don't understand everything I say, but I'm a citizen of your country. I have a house and a good job, and you have your own stuff. Let's just try. If it doesn't work, I will pay for divorce and we'll just take up. And he'll say, okay. And we're together like 20 years this year. 20.
Really?
In November, 20 years. Yeah. And it's getting better and better every year.
That's
That's
fantastic.
surprising. That's really surprising. Because I didn't believe in a marriage, I didn't believe in love, I didn't believe in a partnership between woman and man. But this guy changed my perception about it. And I'm very glad he took me in and he let me play keyboard. It was kind of funny because we have different musical education.
Mhm.
For me, as a classical trained person, you know how they train you. It's like they teach you how to read the book. They put notes in front of you, your eyes watching, and your hands are playing. He get everything by his memory, and he can improvise on the spot. You just
Yeah.
take him play in A, and just take him pam 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 A, and he just goes. Not me. So when we start playing, we had a lot of arguments because me personally, he said play. I said what? Just play in A. I said no. Just tell me what you play. So he plays the melody on the guitar. I write it down on a paper, and I have a whole book on each song. Here I play this, here I play that, here I play that. You wake me up at 4 in the morning and say, Olga, play this song. I put this on a stand and I play it. He said, we cannot do it in a rock and roll psych band. I said, why not? You have to memorize it. I said, says who? If you look on a professional, go in a conservatory, everybody has a. I said, at least you will know if somebody can read the music in your band. It's a plus, not minus. So he left me alone.
When
It's not like I don't remember what to play, but when I have it in front of me, I don't look there a lot. I don't look there, but it keeps me safe. It just keeps me. It because it's already wired in my brain. I cannot change my way of playing because 2 hours a day for 7 years, I can't change it. I
yeah.
can't. It's so strong. Plus, I was a child. I was 5 years old when they chained me to piano. 5 years
So
old.
so what country did you grow up in? I do apologize, but for the guess, what country did you actually grow up in? Russia.
Russia.
When
Yeah.
I don't want to ask how old you are, but were you still in Russia when all the turmoil and stuff was going on?
Yeah,
And
that's why I left. That's why I left.
okay, um,
Um, I left. Yeah, I was born actually on our side of Pacifics.
okay.
So if I go like a Monterey and squinch my eyes, I can see where place where I was born.
Uh,
At the end of Siberia.
well, I'm in Canada, so I'm in the middle of Canada, so I understand all about Siberia. It's pretty damn cold everywhere. Um,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
so moving forward into the artwork that you do you think that your past and what you lived through in your younger years influences it all, or do you think that it's completely fresh in your mind?
It's I'm glad I started doing art after I went through a lot of serious jobs and training because I was a chemical engineer. I quit when I learned how to be pediatrician, pediatric surgeon, OBGYN, PhD. And when I quit and I started doing programming, like IT stuff, and when I met my husband, he pushed me to quit all of this. And he put me in art school because art was very important for me when I was a child. But my parents said, forget it. I had a whole family of chemical engineers. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my cousins, everybody. So I had no choice. They said, musical school is just for fun. I did, but I hated it with all my guts. But if I would be an artist when I was 16, I finished school when I was 16, that will be not good choice. I had nothing really to tell people. You have nothing to tell. So I was probably would paint like little cats and rabbits and little flowers, blah, blah, blah. And I will burn on it and and hate myself and don't achieve anything in my life. But I went through a lot of stuff. I was 46 when my husband brought me to the art school on a leash because I refused. I had a good career, good money, good position, a huge corporation, like 75 people in corporate. I said, I don't want to be an artist. Are you crazy? No. But he pushed me, and it's from a day one. I was like, God, thank you. And I learned how to create art from him. From him, just observing how he creates music and how he does it. And I learned from him. I asked him, and he told me very big insight. Don't think about money when you do art, because if you think about money doing art, that's not art, that's a job. I couldn't get together those 2 points because I was an workaholic, making money, and I loved it.
Yep.
That was my life, money and spending it. That's it. Material things, traveling, good things, expensive things. Hello. That was dumb. And then I become a poor artist somewhere in Pacific Grove on the ocean.
With your art, I've watched some of the videos. There's a message in them throughout them. Do you think that that is a weird question, but do you think that that is an aspect that more artists should take up, to actually have a message through their art versus just creating art for art's sake?
The artists have to be beautiful or have a message. The beauty is a message too. The beauty is a message too, because we are so hung up on material stuff. We don't have a beauty anymore. We don't see it around. We don't look on the sky. We don't look on the ocean. We don't have a look on the flowers. We're sitting in our phone with all our heads. I understand why we are attached to our iPhones. It's because it's life. You alone, or you can talk with 100 people at the same time. You can see this, but that's not. It's a mental life, and there is a body, there is a physical life, there is beauty around, and we don't see that. That's the message of art. In another form of art, when you bring the message of love, kindness, the main thing we have to learn how to be kind. We don't have to love everybody, because people say, oh, how I to love, how we can love some assholes who are murderers, and the murderers not born, they made. They grown by society. They were not born as a murderers. That's the point.
Yep.
So if we understand that, then we change our perception of life. Because, JC, in a reality, to get to the bottom of our conversation, we use this word life a lot. We don't know what it is. If you ask any academic of academics, you'll tell him, dude, what life it is? What life is? He'll say, oh, that's carbon form, Big Bang, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm asking you what life is. Here is a dead person, here is a life. What it is? What's the difference between this heart is not pumping and there is no breath? What? Nobody knows. So we have to respect the gift. And if we can express it in art, that's big. It's a big gift. It's a gift to express it. And if people can receive it and resonate, that's a gift. That's what. I couldn't say that when I was 16. Forget it. That's why I like I'm artist when I'm older.
It's been said yes, that artists, to be good at their craft, have to go through some pain in their life. And don't get me wrong, there's many good artists that haven't been through a lot of pain in their life. But when you look at the really famous ones, you look at Picasso and what he did. You look at some of the other musical masterminds of the generation before mine, they went crazy, did all these drugs and had all this trauma. Do you think that's necessary to be prolific in art, or do you think
No,
that?
by my experience, no. By my experience, not at all. I'm telling there is a different forms of way to live. I don't know if you know this formula. There is like, you can divide it roughly on 4 groups. First one, I'm okay and everybody is okay. Or I'm okay and everybody is, and world is not okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay and they're okay, or everything is bad, right? I'm a group number 1. I'm okay, everybody's okay. I never was in turmoil, depression. Even I had a tough times. I was like, well, I'm gonna go through that, and that's it. I was going through some hills. When I look back, I was like, wow. I never was upset. I never lost my touch with my happiness. Really, I didn't get. I knew what I want. I knew the skills to express what I see in my head. I see it before I was painting, and I just knew. And I was lucky because I found the guy who trained me, who created my style, because somehow he saw more than I did. Somehow he realized he was classically trained. He died 2 years ago. He finished in 40s, the best school in New York, and he was one of known best portraitists of America. He had this classical style, and somehow we were neighbors in Monterey Bay. It just was a coincidence because I was going through a lot of teachers. I knew exactly what I want. I was older, right? I was not like some kindergarten looking for any. I was looking for a specific person, and he was just my neighbor. I was with him 12 years, and somehow he saw my brain. He created me, and I realized it after when he died. He created the media. He created for me special surface. He gave me the palette because I already had the imagery. He taught me how to create what I see in my head. I don't know how he did it. He was older dude when I met him. He was over 80. I spent 12 best life with him as his apprentice. When he died, I didn't paint for 2 years because I was so upset. But when I said I can't just quit because it's a gift, he gave me his gift. He died, he gave me the gift. And actually, when he died, I got his, what's the English word? The easels. I got 2 easels, which he made by his hands in 1956, just the year I was born. I have his fingerprints all over. And I just learned what I wanted. And I was very grateful to him because anywhere in school I was going, they said, you can't paint like that. I said, why not? Nobody does. I said, I won't. I do. Teach me. I don't know how. That was the point. I had a lot of things what to express. I just didn't have skills. I never went through drugs or turmoils. I have to be happy to create. That's my number 1. If I'm upset, I can't create anything. I can't pull anything off my head if I'm upset. At all. I need a silence. I need a total tunnel, like one big tunnel out of everything. My life, news, my friends, blah, blah, blah. Clean, just clean. I go on a river. I put the music, what somebody gave me on my ears. My 3 dogs, 10 miles, do, 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 do. 3-4 days I bring myself. I don't talk with anybody. I don't see anybody. And in 3-4 days I start seeing this music in my dream. Every note in my dream, and images come down in my hand naturally. I don't have to think about it. That's the way I do. That's the way I create it, and it's my way. It works for me. I don't have to struggle or squeeze something out of me. I never get bored. I never get burned because 3 months per year I paint. I do the movies when it comes to that. I have my radio, my podcast. I have a lot of stuff I do. So when I feel like I go down and I cannot pull anything off my head, I switch the subject. I mean, I switch the media, not subject, but the media. You know what I mean?
I do.
When I paint like from March 1st for 90 days, I painted 30 portraits, 30 every
Oh.
day, 10 hours, 30. I was prepared for it. I knew I gonna do it. I knew I have a show in July. I knew I have to pay 30 people, and I did it every day, 10 hours, every day, 10 hours, every day, 10 hours. Boom. And if somebody will ask me, Olga, can you paint something? I said, no, that's not the good time. I don't paint right now. I don't want to do that. If you want to squeeze in the next year, in a time what I paint, I'll do it. Not right now. That's the way to keep sanity, because if you sculpt for year straight, you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna dry your brain. You're gonna bring yourself to insanity, and then the struggle comes. You're gonna be so dry, so upset. You're gonna hate what you do. That's the point. And I figured it out for myself. I don't say it's for everybody, but for me it works.
That's great. We are at 3 minutes left, believe it or not. The show is about a half hour. Where can people find your stuff to experience your art? That's the important part of the whole show. So where can people find you?
So, Jesse, the weird part, I don't sell my art. I don't create
Okay.
it to sell. I don't sell anything. I even don't care what you sell, because I can make much more money just doing what my husband does. Technically, we have a corporation. We do good things. We clean the wastewater commercially. It's a good money. I don't wanna combine. I paint because I paint, not because I wanna sell it. So
Okay.
I have a website which is called I even forgot what I call it. Studio Olga.
Okay.
StudioOlga.com. StudioOlga.com. It's some of my art. I even don't go there anymore. I don't update stuff. I really don't care about it. I paint not because I want to expose myself to the world. I just do. I write 3 books right now at the same time, and if I gonna put it out of the world, it's gonna be free. I want to combine,
That's
because
awesome.
it's changed my perspective, and it's changed my whole direction. So money is business and it's a job. What I do is free. Maybe it sounds like stupid or crazy. I don't care.
No, it sounds fantastic.
I don't
There,
care.
that sounds great. There are holistic practitioners like therapists. A lot of them work for free because they say this is a gift unto the world and this is how it's supposed to be. So
It
I
is
can
gift.
understand perfectly.
It is gift. And if I have to make money, I can make much more money just working in what I know,
Yeah.
because I have so many skills. I'm not ready to sell my art. When I die, whatever. I don't care. I don't even care, because it's not the result you do. It's a way to get to the end, the path. When I paint, the painting is done. I don't care about it at all. And it's not just the words. How I live. That's why I guess people like it. And if they
Okay.
don't, I even don't care, really. Because that's the way, it's a way of life. It's not like get the goal and be happy. It's a
That's
way of
awesome.
life.
That's awesome. Before we end, I do want to let people know that some of your work can be seen with Revolution in their videos, correct? Some of it.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody that wants to see a little bit, check out the Revolution videos, and it's spelled a little strange. It's not spelled properly, but Revolution Band, you'll find it. Dinosaurs. Type in dinosaurs, or what was the other one the one that you told me about?
Mind. Weird Little Mind. That's my favorite.
Weird,
Weird
Weird Little
Little
Mind.
Yep.
Awesome. Olga, I want to thank you for being here, and I honor you. And I know you're a busy person, and I truly want to thank you for coming on my show because, let's face it, you didn't have to. I hope you've connected with me, and I've connected with you. And that's it. I'm going to ask you. Oh, the last question. I do have one last question before we end. What's one thing you've done for yourself, not for anybody else, today to make yourself happy?
What I do to make myself happy?
Today.
I don't have to make myself happy. I'm already happy. Make yourself happy. That's who you are. Because the happiness cannot be given or made. That's an internal feeling. You happy or not? You cannot say, if I ask you, Jesse, are you happy? You can't say, oh, I don't know. If you don't know, you're not.
Yep.
You know, it's a feeling and it's not connected to anything aside of our skin. That's a feeling. You have it or you don't. That's it. It's not material thing. It's not, you cannot give happiness to anybody. That's wrong. You feel it. It's it's biochemistry of your blood. Bottom line, you feel it or you don't.
That's awesome.
And there is no mistake. Otherwise, what it is, you cannot make yourself happy for short time. Like, yeah, I will buy a cheeseburger. I will eat. Oh, I'm happy. No, I'm not. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Some people like have happiness in anticipation or getting. No, forget it. That's your internal. It's a biochemistry. That's who you are. The happiness is you. I will show you this so you get it. There is me, there is like money or whatever, and happiness, right? Me, blah, 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 happiness. So you take blah, 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 you put these dots together, and it says me, happiness. Happiness, me, one word.
That's awesome.
That's it. Yep.
I think I get it. I hope I get it. We'll see. If you're wondering, I'm pretty damn happy.
That's good.
I love doing this. Olga, thank you so much for coming. We end the show in one way, everybody. Olga, I'm going to ask you to wave bye to everybody, and I'll end the broadcast.
All right.